Welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching us today. We're in Boston, Mass. We're meeting with a number of companies here in the communication space and the tech space. We're learning a lot about what 2012 is going to look like, getting lots of great scoops and stories. On our program today is John Kozlowski. He's a senior sales manager of Aculab. And John, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I've known your company for well over 15, 16, maybe more years. DSP resource boards, very strong with different protocols in different countries.
The global protocol suite, right?
So how do you describe your company today? I know you've got so much more going for you than you
Right.
had back then, and you've evolved.
To describe Aculab today, it would be looking at what I would call the new pyramid of technology and placing our cloud product at the top of the pyramid to support a changing market where, as you know from history, we had a C and C++ development API. We've produced a product which is the AMS server, which has a Python and C# ease of use development environment that's allied with cloud services. So those two have a compatibility and closeness in development. But the AMS is also focused on SIP architecture and allied with the Prosody S host media tools. So in Python and C#, if a company wanted to migrate or do host media with Aculab Prosody S, they have Python and C# to do the development, or learn our C and C++ support and build applications the traditional way. Prosody S and the hardware, Aculab board base, has the same support in the API, so there are developers who can do board-based technology as well as host media architecture with the API, has a compatibility. But moving back to the pyramid, where from AMS we have the host media software, then we have the two gateways, which was a fairly new product, Appliance, which does the TDM to SIP and SIP to SIP solutions for next generation services, where customers want to move into SIP but still have TDM architectures to service and support. And then we have the Groomer product, which is over 20 years old, which is migrated into the new public safety architectures. We keep adding value to it. It's a highly intelligent engineered product. In today's market, it has a great value in the public safety 911 sector. The SS7 to SIP demand is a requirement to connect the legacy telco environments to the new SIP phones and the new call centers that are being purchased and deployed across the country. At the bottom is the card architecture, which is still Prosody X in PCI. We've had the Prosody X PCIe version to take advantage of the new server architecture and the power resources, replacing the PCI servers that are becoming hard to find. So we've adjusted and addressed that marketplace. And we still manufacture, but are discontinuing the compact PCI. But it's important to note, as a company and changing, how do we service the densities that we provided in the compact PCI world? Well, we have just launched and will be shipping at the new year our Blade product. You may have seen the announcements, but the Blade takes a technology density approach from a one trunk, one DSP board, all the way up to a 16 trunk, 8 DSP compact PCI type density. So we've not abandoned the high density solution. We've migrated it into a new next gen Blade product to afford the customers who want to develop in the board architecture, DSP only or with trunking, a great new Blade product with the server architecture, and so there's no need to procure servers as we produce this particular Blade for the right customers.
Right. And the market has, I'd say in the last 3-4 years, has seen tremendous consolidation where you're remaining as one of the few players with a large portfolio of products all the way up to cloud and all the way down to boards which are not that powerful.
Right. And the approach to Aculab was, and Alan Pound, our founder and chief architect, remains active in driving the business and was responsible for migrating to build a cloud product. But we didn't want to abandon that customer base or offer legacy customers of other products similar densities and solutions so they could stay in business in a similar product solution, because they may not want to migrate to host media products or SIP. Some customers even today in the call center market still are happy looking at the board technology and the DSP density for SIP services with the higher reliability of the board.
Right.
So we haven't abandoned that. There is still TDM requirements out there.
Sure.
One of the product architectures we become quite expert in is fax technology.
Sure.
TDM to SIP fax boards are in great demand, and that business, as you might know, is not going away. It is still in high demand, particularly in the financial services, insurance, documentation, and medical industry. Fax is still a busy market. We've evolved through our experience and rely on our customers to direct our engineering efforts and RFC process to guide us on what we need to do. So we're quite expert in fax today. I'm very proud of it. Another part of fax is the T38 requirement, and we support it. The challenge to the customer base is finding the service carriers who will support T38 and deliver quality, packet loss-free communications in SIP.
Right.
So that's problematic of the industry itself. We support it. We've got V.34 speed for T38 fax. We've got V30. We've scaled down to V17. We are fax experts. In and around the company today, we're still what we were, only stronger with more solution architecture up to the cloud for conferencing,
Right.
record playback, IVR solutions,
Right.
As I say, the fax, and as now we're launching our GA of the cloud in January.
So that's the big thing for next year is the cloud.
Absolutely, because that's market-driven energy and revenue production. So as a company, Aculab has chosen to be and fit into the next generation requirements around SIP and cloud services. And
So I'm a company and I'm looking to deploy a telephony application. I come to your company and I say, okay, how can you help me with your cloud-based solution? How does it work? How do they get up and running?
First and foremost, we have a nice demo kit that customers can log on and start using, and asking us for numbers and DID numbers to play with and dial. There's no cost to that. And we help guide them in using our UAS unified tools to develop applications. It's in Python. And many who come to the cloud, surprisingly, come to us with questions after they've used the demo. So it's an ease of use architecture in the Python world where they start their own development with very little help from us, where we offer our services, and that's where Aculab has continued to change. We've changed our thinking, and we also offer a new strength in professional services. So that means installation architecture, consulting, management of application objectives, deployment objectives, design, and we're even expanding into testing volume applications. So we're growing our full service capability in a way that allows the customers that come to us to go to market. So we're capable of supporting their go-to-market strategies in the way they would like. So we can guide them in the products they wish to use and then build out from that. But that's not to say, well, what are your future plans or your real short-term goals and objectives? Well, it's board-based today, but you want to go to host media. It's board-based today, but I want to go to the cloud.
Right.
I want to do my own development. I'm going to hire staff to do Python and C# development. Today's market, it's hard to find a C or C++ developer, so these Python and .NET applications is what's here today. So we're taking the energy that is the cloud and being prepared to support it and of course, grow our revenues associated with the market demand.
That's great. Well, thanks so much for being here today.
I appreciate it.
This
Thank
was
you.
Great.